Superdome rocking and we never gonna stop. Kellen Moore got the whole squad locked. Tyler let it fly, can't be stopped. Camaro breaking ankles every single play. All of them taking over touchdowns all day. Chase Young coming, better clear that lane. Cooley shutting down the whole passing game. Who that? We coming. Who that? We running. Who that? We coming. Who that? We running. NFC style. We want it back. Falcons down. Bucks down. Panthers fall. Black go. We won it all. Let's go. This is our time. Who that nation? Now we shine. Now we shine. Come on in. 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 Sad. One city. One team. One dream. One Lombardi. No. Make that two. Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that?
This is a special presentation brought to you by the Come On in Sports Network.
Welcome to New Orleans, where legends are made.
Let's see. If you can hear me now, put a 1 in the chat. Let's see. I believe. All right, so evidently I've been spilling for nothing. Start over. So let me just start over then. Just a disappointing performance by the New Orleans Saints today. If I'm the Saints, I think the Saints have to seriously consider bringing in another person to compete to be Tyler Shuck's backup. And to me, it has to be a seasoned veteran, someone with skins on the wall, someone with a well over 500 record, someone who has come in and held it down before, someone who's come in and not hurt a team, someone who's come in and been able to manage it, keep the boat afloat, and not cost teams games. Because right now I have no confidence whatsoever in Spencer Rattler and Zach Wilson. None at all. I have none whatsoever, family. When you look at the day's stats from this game, I went through this whole spiel again. I was muted, having technical difficulties. I apologize. But here's Spencer Rattler's day, 14 of 23, 141 yards with an INT. Completion rating of 60. Yards of attempt, 6.1. His longest completion was 32 yards. That went to C.J. Donaldson. That Donaldson chugged down the sidelines. Great run by the big guy. Zach Wilson, 6 of 12 on the day for 55 yards and an intercept. He was nowhere close with his pass attempt. Bud Means was the closest Saint receiver in the picture. Zach Wilson finished with a QB rating of 28. His yards per attempt were under 5 yards today at 4.6. Longest completion was 14 yards. Kendre Miller, 6 carries, 22 yards, but don't let that fool you with Kendre Miller. Remember, he had 2 really good runs called back. He had some more short runs in there in that 22 that were really impressive. They weren't the highlight. They weren't the big flashy plays. But if you're watching football and really appreciating what a running back does, you saw him get something out of nothing. You saw the power. You saw the vision. You saw the determination. And it's something he just is. Plain and simple, Kendre Miller's talented as hell. And if he remains healthy, I believe he's the most talented back on this team. I know. We got A-Chain. We got Alvin. Come on, Dolph. You tripping. He's always hurt. That's the thing. But he's come back and he's handling his business. He's had a good week. He had a good game today. Ty Chandler, you can't put that ball on the ground. First a pick six, go right back down, get in the red zone, and he gets the ball punched out from behind. It is your job as a running back. Good job by the defender punching the ball out. But it's your job as a running back to protect that ball and hold on to that ball, especially inside the team, especially inside the opponent's 5-yard line. He failed to do that. I know many are saying that they believe that Ty Chandler was going to be on this team because of his ability for special teams, and he had showed to lift stuff out the backfield. I wasn't sold on it. Yes, he kickoff return. He had that kickoff return to start the Jacksonville game. Today he was all right in the return game. Nothing to write home about. But with Kendrick Miller getting healthy, Devin Neal got out there today. 2 carries for 7 yards. With those two back, Elvin's coming back. Aldrich Esteme's coming back. And Kendrick Miller was on kickoffs too, fam. So I'm saying Ty Chandler was not a lock to make this team, and he hurt his chances today. That's my opinion. Glad to see C.J. Donaldson flashing. We heard about the flashes that he's been showing at camp. He showed it today, 3 carries on the ground, 15 yards. That's 5 yards a carry. On top of that, he had 4 catches for 51 yards. So the ability is there. There's something there. There's something to work with there with C.J. Donaldson. He's definitely a practice squad candidate if the Saints can get him through, and if he decides he wants to sign with the Saints to their practice squad. Speaking of receivers, it was C.J. Donaldson who was the leading receiver today for the Saints with 4 catches for 51. Marino Cropper was next with 2 catches for 34, along with Matavo, 3 for 34. Bryce Lance caught both of his targets today, 2 for 16. Trayton Welch caught 2 for 11, but he was targeted 5 times today. Ty Chandler caught 1 or 2 for 10 yards. Kevin Austin Jr. caught 1 or 3 for 10 yards, and Kevin Austin Jr. had a bad day. To me, Kevin Austin Jr. hurt his chances of making his team along with Bub Means. So, again, today's performance was just embarrassing, disappointing, pathetic, sad, unacceptable. You got to be kidding me. I know you lying. What the is this moment? That's the kind of game we watched today. But what the game today showed us is there's a difference between a Super Bowl contender, which the Rams are, and a team that is searching just to learn how to win. And the Saints are searching, trying to learn how to win, while the Rams are on their way to competing for a championship. And I don't see this being a mirage with the Rams. I don't see when the regular season starts, they're not one of the best teams throughout the season in the National Football League. I believe they're that damn good. They damn sure are one of the better and best coached teams in the National Football League, hands down. Today, the Saints got out-coached. Today, the Saints got outworked. Any cliche you can come up with, you can apply to today's Saints-Rams game. Everything was in the Rams' favor. Again, I believe the backup quarterback to Tyler Shuck is not on this team. It is not Spencer Rattler. It is not Zach Wilson. We need a kicker in New Orleans. It is not Charlie Smith, and it is not Brown. This team this game exposed the flaws of the New Orleans Saints as they are currently made up. If the Saints have significant injuries, they are not equipped to hold down or hold forward or hold pat until the starters get back, because they just ain't that good in their number 2s and 3s. And a lot of people like, well, it's preseason. Our starters didn't play, so I ain't gonna put too much in it. Their starters didn't play. Did Myles Garrett play today? Did future Hall of Fame quarterback Matthew Stafford play? Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua? Did any of them play today? I don't think they did. So miss me with that. This was a game that exposed how far the Saints still have to go. The Saints it's like pouring a foundation to a house. When it's framed up and beautiful, you see that it looks good and everything. That's the starters. But if that foundation, that concrete that was poured, that foundation that it was built up upon, is not solid and starts to withers away, that beautiful house falls. And right now, the Saints don't have the right foundation for this team. It was just a sad performance, an embarrassing performance by them today. There's no other way to put it. All right, let's hear from Coach Kellen Moore after this game. And this will be my first time, family, hearing from Coach Moore. I did not listen to the post-game press conference yet. So let me clear this music in the background. And let's listen to Coach Kellen Moore as he took the podium after the Saints get embarrassed and walloped by the LA Rams today in California. Let me get that up there for you. All right, family. This was Coach Moore's post game. And let's just hear from Coach Moore. And when he finished, I'll give you my take on what he said.
You know, those ones aren't the ones.
Put one in the chat if
that was a big time missed opportunity for us. Starts with me. We didn't respond the right way. I thought we had a really good week out here as far as the workload that we got. We just missed an opportunity at the end of this week, and obviously it's really frustrating. At the end of the day, film is your resume in this league. Coaches, players, we didn't coach well enough to prepare ourselves to take advantage of this opportunity. And so obviously, hopefully it's going to be a really valuable lesson for our team, a response opportunity for our team moving forward with one more week of essentially preseason football, preparation week, and a game in Dallas. So
what did you make of all the penalties today?
Yeah, just a lack of discipline, lack of detail. A lot of them are under our control. 12 penalties in a football game is you're not going to win football games. And I feel like we've talked a lot about that. And it was obviously a step back from the progress that we felt like we've made. So going to be a lesson.
What happened with the illegal formation penalty from your perspective, especially coming out of the timeout?
Yeah, we're aligned incorrectly. Officials are correct, 100%.
How would you just grade Zach's first half and Spencer's second half?
Yeah. Obviously, we're going to have to watch the film really closely because, your gut reaction is obviously we want to accomplish more, as an offense.
Coach Kellen Moore.
We have the unfortunate interception in the first half. We have one in the red zone in the second half where we're driving. And so, we're just going to have to watch this film and get better. I thought those guys had some really good work throughout this entire week. And obviously, as a team collectively, we didn't take advantage of this opportunity today.
You seem pretty animated on the sideline. Was that reflection of how the game was going, and just kind of what was it about this game that was particularly frustrating?
I think just when you have controlled situations that you're missing opportunities. There's too many penalties that are 100% under our control, and we just got to play better football. So, we pushed these guys this week. We challenged them with some big time opportunities with some joint practices in this game, and so I love the work collectively that we got over the course of this week. It's just obviously we missed an opportunity here, and I got to prepare our guys better. I got to get our guys ready to go for this opportunity. And
that's right.
Obviously we didn't
Taking
coach well enough.
responsibility.
Like the players or even you guys as a staff, like almost treated this game as an afterthought, or is that?
No, I think these guys understand this is an big time opportunity, and so we just missed the opportunity.
Do you get any sense that fatigue may have set in after?
No, that question now. Do you think that was a fair question that was asked Coach Moore just now? Did you guys take this game as just another afterthought? Now the Saints, make no mistake about it, they got humbled today. They got taken to the woodshed. They got spanked. Whatever cliche you want to come up with. But I don't think they took it like it was just a hum game. Hell no. He's frustrated. He's upset. Should be. Kudos to him for saying that's on me. I have to prepare this team better because he does. He is right. It's on him as a leader for your team to come out flat like they were. Undisciplined. No sense of urgency. Getting hit time and time again, not even trying to respond back. Or when they did try to respond back, making costly turnovers inside the red zone. And you wonder why they were ranked last in the red zone last year. It's because of things like we saw today. They have to get better at protecting the football. They have to get more discipline. He has to get this team to come. There's a thing that is being built with Kellen Moore teams, especially in first half. They're slow starting teams. The Saints cannot afford to be a slow starting team. They ain't good enough. No, it's preseason, but they ain't good enough. The Saints 2s and 3s ain't good enough right now. There needs to be some shakeup. There are going to be good players released around the league. It's time Saints need to bring some new players up in here. They need to start with kicker and quarterback. Let's finish hearing from Coach Kellen Moore.
So many joint practices and travel and things like that.
I don't know. Obviously, this is a good push it week, which you have to have those in training camp. Those are inevitably part of camp. And so I thought our ones got a lot of reps on Tuesday and Thursday. Those guys weren't going to play in this game, and so gave some other guys some opportunities. Thought there were some physical runs in there. I was proud of him hopping in there. I think he did have some runs that were, taking advantage of some opportunities, and they're not all perfect runs. There's some dirty runs that he's able to get some really positive yards. So excited to see him back out there.
Those dirty runs. I like that terminology. Those dirty runs.
Yeah, a few guys out that we'll obviously gather more information with Devin in the hammy, Mo in the knee. Styles had a calf. Sully had the concussion.
Devin, back out with a hamstring.
We had a few other guys,
Devin
with the hammy, and then
team.
Taylor had a stinger. So
is Devin's kind of a re-aggravation?
I don't have the exact specifics on that.
And was Darian Brown doing anything, or is that just rest?
No, we're just resting him based off of the workload this week.
Barry and Brown got rested.
Workouts
Okay.
with some of the starters.
Who was?
Camaro was doing
Yeah.
a pre-game workout. Is he on track? Like, how is he doing? And is that a positive sign that he might?
No, I think he's doing a lot of work as far as doing everything he can to get ready. We'll just let this thing take its course over the next few weeks, and we'll see where we're all at. But Alvin certainly is going to do everything he can to be ready as much as he can.
What was he doing with?
Knee.
What led to changing with why did Zach at first and Spencer reflection last week?
just wanted to give ourselves different looks, different perspectives. Again,
Good course.
I feel really good about both those guys. I thought they've had really, really good camps overall. I think we got some talent in that quarterback room, which I think is a huge asset to us. And we just got to keep developing these guys, and we got to keep taking advantage of
don't look for them
the
to
next
bring anybody
opportunities.
else in.
Is there any concern about your kickers?
Yes.
We'll evaluate it. We obviously didn't
See
get
the
down there
difference?
enough, for
See
them
the
to
difference
not have
in
an
asking
opportunity
about
to kick
kicker?
it until
Now we
last
go
few seconds of the
evaluate
game.
it.
We got to give ourselves more opportunities
We
offensively.
go evaluate that.
Colin, what was your
That mean,
response to the
I mean, we getting the kicker in here. Should have been the same response about the cool QB run.
Yeah, we'll talk with the league
Well,
about
again,
it. We'll have that
Probably had a
conversation.
bad game, bad week. This was just
Obviously,
a total
again, we'll let
debacle.
that kind
Everybody,
of, from a private
including him,
standpoint,
had a bad week.
take its course, and then we'll communicate
Bad
when necessary.
Saturday.
Yeah, a game like this, you mentioned it's regular season, preseason,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. But how do you kind of walk the line between utilizing what's valuable to all the people and reacting to a game without starters?
Yeah, we're going to get to learn some great lessons from this game. I think at the end of the day,
Yeah.
there's going to be some challenging lessons coming out of this
Great
game,
lesson
but I
is
think it's going to be
We
lessons
got to
nevertheless.
upgrade our talent.
I think that just shows you the
There are
discipline,
some
the
guys
details
that
of
need to
football.
be
They
demoted.
didn't
Some
have the
guys
penalties.
need
They
to
didn't
get
turn the
another
ball over. They ran the
opportunity.
ball well.
And some guys need to be shown the
Took
door.
advantage
It's
of
just as
opportunities in the
simple.
red zone. It's a game of execution, and I think at the end of the day, we didn't
Game of
prepare ourselves
execution. Saturday
well
night
enough from a
execute
coaching
today.
perspective. Our guys weren't there, and so we got to reset together. And hey, we're going to go back to Meta. We're going to have a great week of practice out there, get ourselves ready to go, and then we'll have one more preseason game opportunity in Dallas, and then that'll be great.
Is there the importance of kind of that final preseason game now sort of elevate after this?
We just need a really good week
Go with
collectively.
the starters. Will the starters be playing?
Does it change your plan on how you want to approach that game in terms of letting the starters play or anything like that?
This one's going to be independent of that. We'll have a really good week, and we'll put.
All right. Now, Kellen Moore, obviously he's disappointed. Damn it, dare I even say embarrassed by the product that went out on the field today and represented the New Orleans Saints, and rightly so, should be embarrassed. As a head coach, as he said, I have to do a better job in preparing my team and getting them ready. When asked about, are you satisfied with the kickers? And I don't know. It's an area we have to evaluate. When asked about the QB run, look, we feel good about both of their goals, guys. They've been having a good camp. Well, damn it, they ain't been having good games. I didn't think Zach Wilson blew me. He didn't blow me away last week. Spencer Rattler, he was bad last week and he was bad today. Staring down the damn receiver. Now that was the fan in me coming out. Staring down the receiver. And I'm not a Spencer Rattler cheerleader, but I'm not a hater either. But I got to call it like I see. When I thought he was getting too much negativity, I said it. When I think he's getting what he deserves, I'm with the family. And he deserves everything he's getting for staring down the receiver like that. There was no reason for him to throw that ball. He did not go through his progressions. Okay, what did he say? He did not. He threw that damn ball. There were 4 rounds defenders down. He brought the safety directly to the ball, and he goes 100 yards. Believe that's the longest return in preseason in the NFL maybe ever or in a number of years. And it would be the Saints that the record set on. Spencer Rattler looked bad. Don't let those numbers fool you. That pick 6 makes it even worse. Yes, because it was a pick 6. Shouldn't have been thrown. Ty Chandler fumbling in the red zone the next possession. Got to hold on to the ball. But some disturbing news there. Again, this is my first time hearing Coach speak. I didn't listen to it right after the game because of some previous engagements. But Devin Neal being out with another hamstring injury, Do they put him on injury reserve and totally shut him down for the 2026 season? Or do they expose him to the free agent market when cut down day comes? Because if you can't run, you can't get on the field, you can't help me. And Devin Neal cannot help him right now because he continues to get injured. You heard Coach Mo back up what I was saying about Kendre Miller. Had some good runs, and I like the word that he used. He had those dirty runs. Those dirty runs he had were more impressive than the 2 runs that got called back because of penalty. Kendre Miller, Travis Etienne, Alvin Kamara, Audric Estime. To me, those are the 4 running backs that make the 53 and need to make the 53. By the way, Todd Chandler returning kickoffs. Kendre Miller can return kickoffs. He was back there today. It ain't his first time returning kickoffs for the Saints either. He ain't bad at it. So Saints fall to the Rams 34-0. We got one more preseason game to go, and this one should be interesting next week, as they will be where I'm at here in Dallas, Texas, to take on the Cowboys. And will we see the ones against the ones in that game? Will we see Tyler Shuck and the ones for a half in that game? Remember, after next week, it'll be 2 weeks before the season starts in Detroit. Again, and look for a significant shakeup on the roster. I believe if the Saints don't bring in a kicker or a backup quarterback this week, I believe the week prior to the opening of the season, that off week, I believe they bring somebody in. They gonna have to. Let me know in the chat right now, family. Do you believe that the Saints currently have a capable backup quarterback on the roster to Tyler Shuck? I, for one, do not. I'm sorry, I do not. I want them to prove me wrong. But I have no confidence in Spencer Rattler and Zach Wilson as we sit here today. I never had confidence in Zach Wilson. When they signed Zach Wilson, to me, it was a scratch your head moment. Everyone's looking for their Sam Darnold, excuse me. Tim says, no, Dolph, we do not. Again, I'm with you, Tim. Next question, family. Do you believe the Saints currently have their 2026 place kicker on the roster? I, for one, do not. You got to hold your damn breath every time they both take the field. Then let's talk about offensive line depth. Offensive line depth. This team needs to scurry the waiver wire, maybe even a late round trade. They need to upgrade the offensive line. Losing Dylan Radins was a big loss for this team. In the depth, in the quality of depth for this team. Right now, the top, let me pull up the Saints roster. Akeem Richards, to me, is the top offensive lineman. To me, he's the sixth man right now. He's the sixth man. He's the sixth offensive lineman right now for the Saints, to me. So, other than that, I am not sold on what the Saints have. Jeremiah Wright, I knew a lot of you because of your frustration and you're just fed up with Cesar Ruiz, who, by the way, name hasn't been coming up the last few days and week. And normally when no news is good news when you're an offensive lineman. I watched Jeremiah Wright today. He has great promise. He ain't ready, fam. He ain't ready. Asim Richards, like I said, I believe he's the sixth lineman. They love William Sherman. I don't know. Torrey Selleck Simpkins the third. Young, he showed promise last year, showing he still has promise, still a young developing player playing center. But if Eric McCoy goes out, once again, the Saints will have to bring in a veteran. But that's why they have been cross-training Caesar. So that means Jeremiah Wright will come in and Caesar will go to center. But I would still like to see them go out and get another center like they did last year where they were fortunate to get Luke Fortner. A player, if they're able to get a player of Faulkner's ability or higher this season before the start of the season. Because let me share the screen. So let's look at this roster right now together here on Our Lads. Because when you look at this roster right here, Mason Tipton's just hurt out. Coach Mason Tipton is late. He doesn't make the team. Maybe they get him an injury settlement, or maybe they just shut him down for the 2026 season. Trey Palmer, good game last week. Not so much heard his name called today. Reckensteiner already was a long shot to make the team, but I think he does have practice squad stability. But again, he is suspended for the first 6 games of the season. Jalen Moreno Cropper makes plays. Ronnie Bell hurt his chance today. Good back shoulder throw by Spencer Rattler on that forward down in the full quarter, and he dropped the ball. Then you got to make that catch. Kevin Austin Jr., 1 catch on the day, a drop, just not looking good for Kevin Austin Jr. So Reckensteiner, Ronnie Bell, Kevin Austin Jr., Bub Means. Because listen, Brown and Lance, Barry and Brown got a rest day. Did y'all notice that? Barry and Brown got a rest day. Bryce Lance has been coming on. Bryce Lance caught both of his targets today. So he took what he did this week from the practice field onto the playing field. Those two making his team. That's 2. Olave Valet, that's 4. Coach Jordan Tyson is going to come back during the season. So right now, when you look at this roster, after last week, many would have said Bub Means, Trey Palmer, and even Kevin Austin Jr. would benefit from the unfortunate loss of Jordan Tyson for 2 months. But hell, I say that there are better options, that there are going to be better options come available than Bub Means, Kevin Austin Jr., Ronnie Bell, Brock Reckensteiner, and Trey Palmer. It just is. It's about building this team up. And right now, offensive line definitely has to be built up. We don't, the backup quarterback to Tyler Shuck, I'm not comfortable with it. You're not comfortable with it. Saints shouldn't be comfortable with it, but Kellen Moore is saying, hey, I've been watching these guys all summer. I've seen they've been having good training camps. They've been having good practices in the joint practice. But in 2 preseason games, coach, they haven't had the type of games that, as a fan of the Saints or as someone who analyzes this team, I don't think neither one of them are capable of holding the fort down if anything was to happen to Tyler Shuck. That's why the Saints have to do everything in their power to protect Tyler Shuck from injury. Tyler Shuck has to do everything in his power to protect himself because this team needs him just to be competitive. Now, I know someone's talking about 8, 9, 10 win season. And listen, it's just one game. So sometimes we are, what's the word phrase I'm using to? We of the moment. We're products of the moment. And right now, the moment is saying that this backup situation for the Saints is not good at all. Again, Devin Neal just came back, and unfortunately, the kid tweaks his hamstring. He's gone again. That opens the door. C.J. Donaldson showed promise today. He led the team in receptions. 4 catches today, showing the ability, big guy showing the ability to catch the ball, make people miss, get up the field. That was impressive. You see the potential there. But Devin Neal getting hurt, that hurts his chances of making his team. Audrey Estime will be back. And if Kendre Miller stays healthy, he's the best running back on his team. Yeah, I said it. He's better than Travis A-Chain. The talent is better. The talent at this stage is better than Alvin's. The kid, he's so damn talented. He just has to stay healthy. And you saw it today with the dirty runs. Go look at the dirty runs he had. Go look at those 2 runs he had that were called back. He's running through on tackles. He's getting the dirty yards. He's getting to the second level. He can get outside. He showed the ability to catch the ball out the backfield, and he can return kicks. A healthy Kendre Miller is making his team. And damn it, the Saints need him with Elvin being out and not certain to be ready for week 1. A-Chain, Kendre Miller, Audrey Estime to start the season, I'm good. If Elvin can't go. I think C.J. Donaldson is practice squad material. I think he's a first kid you look to keep. Try to get him onto the practice squad if no one claims him. I think Todd Chandler is worth keeping around the practice squad. I just don't see Todd Chandler being a 53-man roster person. What would he give you other than returning kicks? That's just my thought, fam. Let's go to the chat. See a couple family members going. St. Doug said, yep, you can't afford it. Yeah, we can't. We can't, Doug. We cannot afford an injury to Tyler Shuck at all. Notorious B.I.G. says the training staff for this team is laughable. I mean, he just came back. Devin Neal, you cleared him to come back, and he goes out there and tweaks this thing. Not looking good. Notorious B.I.G. says, I'm looking at all these other teams, and some of their backups look like starters. All of our backups look like like Wendy's moppers. Like they mopping floors at Wood. That's a good one. Oh, man. Notorious said, Uncle Dolph, I just hope that losing mentality doesn't transfer over to the regular season. We need brothers that are ready to go to war. And listen, come opening day, nobody's gonna remember the day. I'm gonna remember it. Most of you real, but when I say remember, really, nobody's gonna care because by the time we get to Detroit, I'm almost certain that the roster's going to that day, the opening day roster for that game in Detroit is going to look different. There are going to be different members on the practice squad. There are going to be new faces that have come in and that are running second team, I believe, for the Saints. You have to upgrade this roster. You have to. The Saints need this rookie class and last year's rookie class to continue the upward swing. Jeremiah Wright is going to be good. I believe the kid is going to be good. He ain't ready yet, y'all. Much as Caesar frustrates us at times. Matter of fact, Caesar did not give up the most sacks for the Saints last season. Caesar didn't give up the most pressures for the Saints last season. I know what y'all saying. But our eyes told us, the eye in the sky told us, the film told us he ain't doing good enough. No, he wasn't doing good enough because, hell, Mickey Loomis called him out at the end of the season. But right now, he's our best option. And believe it or not, they are worse. I know all we care about is us, Dolph. I understand that. But what I'm trying to do is give us some context. They are worse starting guards, right guards, in the National Football League than Cesar Ruiz. And brother, I mean worse. And many of you are saying, Dolph, that's saying a lot. But damn it, I'm saying a lot. But we need our starting five, that offensive line, man. We need that offensive line intact for at least 15 of the 17 games we played this season, with no one being out any significant time or loss for the year. They have to become one cohesive unit. Because if the Saints are good up front, stay healthy, and they're good up front, that means the Saints running game is better with A-Chain, Alvin, Kendre Miller, Audrey Estime. Those are the backs that make this team. Those are the top running backs. That means your quarterback stays healthy. That means he has a chance to get the ball to Chris Olave, to Devon Valley, to Jawan Johnson, to Noah Fant, to Barry and Brown, to Bryce Lance. To Maliki Matavo. Oscar Delp is a third-round pick who right now, though he scored that touchdown last week, has been having troubles through camp catching the damn ball, holding on to the ball. He's got to pick it up. But I like the kid. I like the progress that. Have y'all really paid attention to the progress that Maliki Matavo has made? He's made a significant jump from last year. The kid has. Pay attention. The tight end room is in good shape right now. Jerry says, Dolph, everything the Saints had placed in line went from LFG to what the let's effing go to what the bro. It's because there's level to this. Again, the Rams are what we are aspiring to get back to being in the championship contender talking picture year in and year out. They have one of the best coaches in the National Football League in Sean McVay. They have one of the best defensive players in my opinion, ever to play in the National Football League, and Myles Garrett. And damn it, they are on the verge of getting that beast back, Aaron Donald. Do y'all really understand what we will be seeing? Do y'all really understand what we will be seeing, bro? Do y'all really understand what we'll be seeing with Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett and Byron Young for the Rams? As a football fan, I want to see that. I want to see teams deal with that. But hell, we couldn't even deal with what they threw out there today. I know it wasn't our starters, but I'm just saying. There's a lot of things we need to do. There's a lot of things we need to do, family. It is really, really, really crazy. Give me 1 second, family. All right, family. But again, Saints fall 34-0. I'm Dolph Jackson. This is Come On In Saints Live, and we'll be right back after this.
Run it up, check the scope, money talk, money mo. Yeah, main crew say they weed it, kicking down the door. Run it up, check the scope, money talk, money mo. What? Main crew say they weed it, kicking down the door. Let's go. Had to switch the whole lane when I'm driving the machine. True vision, big dream, kingpin of the scene. They be talking on the net, I just count the green. Cash from a phantom to a ghost, you know.
All right, family, welcome back as the Saints fall to the Rams 34-0. 34-0, family. I see that I froze right quick, but I'm back. I'm back, baby. Tim says the penalty after the timeout on 4th down and the 12 men on the field twice was not good. That's coaching. That's coaching. That's not players understanding the moment. That's not togetherness. Just unacceptable. It's what bad football teams do. Saints are a bad football team. Oh, they didn't even play yet. Man, we were selected in the top 10, man. We're a bad football team. Until the 2026 season is in the books, the New Orleans Saints are a bad football team. Again, we cannot afford to lose. Just think if we didn't have Travis A, wouldn't have signed Travis A-Chain. How would you feel about the running back run? Y'all will be dying and praying for Kendrick Miller to stay healthy, which he should be doing anyway, because he can be a difference maker, along with Travis A-Chain, along with Alvin Kamara, along with Audrey Estime. That's a good running back run. And if they all stay healthy, that may be one of the best runs the Saints ever had talent-wise. 1 through 4. But I'm with you, Tim. That was crazy, though. You get a 12-man on the field twice. Not 1 time, but 2 times. Coach Moore, as we just heard, he was visibly upset again. And that's the coach, man. Hey, that's on you. Getting your team ready for a game. I said it earlier. A lot of teams are putting more emphasis on the joint practices than the preseason game. So I guess that's kind of where that question came from for him. But no, you want to win. You want to put together. You want to be competitive. That's the thing. The Saints were not even competitive today. They got hit, but they didn't swing back. I don't care if you get your ass whooped, swing back, fight back. They didn't fight back. On that Turner touchdown in the fourth quarter to make it 34-0, nobody wanted smoke for the Saints. No defender for the Saints wanted smoke. He just ran through on tackles into the end zone dancing. Ram sidelines all smile and laughter. Did you hear anybody throwing something on the same sideline? You had any players or coaches getting pissed off, showing any like they care? It's one game, but next week, Saints close out the season against the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going live for that game. So tune in, family. I don't know. I don't think it could get as bad as it got this week. But I will say this. The 2s and 3s and those who will not be on this team for both teams next week, that's going to be a hell of an interesting game after the week we had this week with that joint practice. I am definitely looking forward to that one. And we literally had, you're right, we literally had a coach's son out there playing linebacker all game. Talking about Sermon. Tim, you talking about Sermon? Man, I don't know. It was just frustrating because I wasn't even gonna come on, fam. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I wasn't. When I was watching that game, and I was just laying there, and I was watching the game, and I was just putting down stuff to the jotting down notes and stuff, and I was just thinking like, nah, man, I got to hear the family and the way the family feels about this. Are we watching what we watching preseason or not? You want to be competitive. Preseason or not, you want to put good tape out there because you're also playing not only to make the Saints, like I said earlier, you're playing and putting your resume out there for the other 31 teams in the National Football League. That's all I'm saying. And again, as we get ready to close out and call it the night, I'm going to say it again. Saints need offensive line help, upgrade backups. The backups, we need to upgrade the backups. That's just that simple. We need better depth. Offensive line, quarterback room. We need a backup quarterback. Right now, the stock is down. The arrow's down on Spencer Rattler and Zach Wilson for me. And that stock to buy, that stock that they bought in Zach Wilson, I wouldn't have touched that stock. That's just me personally. But Saints fall in an ugly, ugly, ugly loss to the LA Rams. We get ready for next week as the Saints take on the Dallas Cowboys. And I wonder if we get any Helmet Strong, any suplexes, will we get any stone cold stunners, any drop kicks, any clotheslines in the game Thursday night. Remember, every team will play Thursday night. There will be no weekend, no Saturday games. It's the final regular season, the final preseason game for all 32 teams in the National Football League. That means everybody goes Thursday, and then everybody will be off until opening day next Wednesday, 2 weeks, not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, not Thursday. The season gets started. Remember, on that Wednesday night, the season gets started, family. The champs are here. The champs are here. That's right. Seahawks will open up the season. So stay tuned for that. That means college football will be starting next week, this week, and next week. So football season is here. We'll be here to cover our New Orleans Saints and the entire NFL. Again, this is the Come On In Sports Network. I'm your host, Dolph Jackson. Yeah, sure. Number 47. Yeah. No. 47 is isn't that Stutzman isn't Stutzman 47? I'm tripping. No, Stutzman's 28. You're right. Yeah, Sermon is 47. Sermon. Yeah, Jackson Sermon. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Tim. Yeah, Jackson Sermon. So yeah, family. Don't forget, we got a lot of stuff going on here on the Come On In Sports Network. We got RFS Packers over there on Real Fan Sports as they now shout out to Cheesehead as he covers the Green Bay Packers for Zach and for Nine. He's part of the Come On In family now. Welcome aboard once again, my brother. Come On In Bills hosted by Lawrence Foster and the host of the Weekly Wrap. And don't forget, we have every Wednesday night the Weekly War Cry. Phony Youth Football, baby. The babies, where it all starts, the love for it. The love for the game of football starts, baby. And this week, we will be recapping the pep rally that we had tonight. And next Saturday, baby, the season starts for those foreign sports. We're going to have highlights in there. We're going to have kids. We're going to have the players of the week on, man. We're going to have the kids on. We're going to give them their spotlight. We're going to give them their shine, man. So tune in for that, man. It's a great time. It's a great show. We have Coach's Corner with Coach Brian Holland, coach of the 12U Sports, baby, where he breaks down the game of football for you. It's Coach's Corner one-on-one. And we in every show, baby, with trivia night. That's right. So last week I made the trivia kind of easy because first week everybody was saying, oh, Dolph is not just about football. So I made it about football, but it was too easy. So this week it's going to be entertainment and sports. So get ready, family. Tune in. You don't have to be just an NFL fan. It's for the babies. It's for the youth. I guarantee you're going to enjoy yourself. You're going to see what we're doing here in this organization in Sport Nation. Listen, y'all have fun. Have a good night. Remember, family, brighter days are coming. It hurted, but hey, you got to go through the storm to get to the sunshine, baby. Final score, Rams all over the Saints, 34-0. I'm Dolph Jackson. This has been Come On In Saints Live post-game wrap. Rams embarrass Saints. We off to Dallas next week for the final preseason game. Will we see the starters next week? Will we see Tyler Shook and the starters next week for a quarter, for a series? I don't know, so tune in to find out. But we'll have the post-game wrap for you live here on Come On In Saints Live. Remember, family, love and who that, and the doors are not open. So come on in. Have a good night, fam.
Who that? Which family? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Say they gon' beat them Saints. Black and gold, yeah, we back on top. Superdome rockin' and we never gonna stop. Kellen Moore got the whole squad locked. Tyler let it fly, can't be stopped. Camaro breaking ankles every single play. All of them taking over touchdowns all day. Chase Young coming, better clear that lane. Kool-Aid shutting down the whole passing game. Who that? We coming. Who that? We running. Who that? We coming. Who that? We running. NFC side. We want it back. Falcons down. Bucks down. Panthers fall. Black go. We won it all. Let's go. This is our time. Who that nation? Now we shine. Now we shine. Come on team.